So I picked up the sticks and booted up Destiny for the first time in about 2 months. And I wanted to give it a go after the April 12th update, and this is just me revisiting it, talking a little bit about it, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I actually enjoyed myself, at least for a short period of time. To me, Destiny's kind of like masturbation. I mean, it's awesome, it's fun for a little while, but after you've done it for about an hour or two straight, there's probably going to be a hospital visit involved, so it's just... You know, if I can handle the game in spurts, but eventually, whether or not it's built up frustration with lag or balance properties, I'm kinda meh. It's no secret that I took a break from this game. I was just tired of all the Crucible bullshit. I was just tired of the lag combined with the balance issues and the primaries, and everything about this game pushed me to the point that I was not enjoying it. I would get fed up and frustrated within one game. Something would go wrong and I couldn't tolerate the game any longer. So I took a break. And now that I've come back, there's been some pretty solid improvements. There's still some lingering issues, some pretty heavy ones in my honest opinion, so I'm here to talk about them. I saw a couple really awesome improvements just for my first few games, one of which was the loot drops. I felt like every game that I played, the activity reward screen would show at least 2 to 3 people getting a legendary. That was pretty cool. The fact that you can still have 3 of coins and get exotics as well was still quite refreshing. The other one, and this was obvious just within my first hour of playing the Iron Banner experience, and even more impressive is because it's an Iron Banner. It tends to be a little bit more sweaty, but I was seeing a variety of primary weapons being used. I was seeing Last Words, I was seeing Hawksaws, Midas, even things like universal remotes. And I was kind of taken back. I'm like, well, this is exactly what the game's been needing for a long time. Classics coming back are actually quite relieving. Seeing the remote and the Hawk Moon thrown back in the meta, that's really cool. Auto rifles can be in there. Some of them, of course. Some of them need a little bit more love, but this is forward progress. This is great. This is a great addition to the game, and this is phenomenal. And as amazing as an accomplishment as this is for them, especially for a year and a half down, we're finally really close to perfect primary weapon balance. There is still one thing completely shadowing this obvious achievement. That's the overwhelming amount of secondaries that are still out there. Excuse me, we'll call them specials, despite the fact that they're not very special because they're still used everywhere and quite often still used as primaries. These guns are capable of one-shotting an enemy. They should not be used as often or even available to be used as often as they are, and they've tried to attack this. They tried to limit the ammo hoarding. They've done some pretty solid strides in balancing this, but they still haven't quite hit this. I feel like if you look past the grenade deaths and the super deaths, which are going to happen a few times per match, if you exclude those, I still feel like 90% of my gun-related deaths come from special weapons, shotguns and snipers. And this is not necessarily acceptable. I don't like this. These guns are too strong to be able to be used as frequently as they are, and this is something they really need to prioritize to make sure that the Crucible experience is great. Other than that, I've noticed some awesome changes. I mean, like I said, there's some great forward progress. There's a couple things that are still there. The only other problem I really have an issue with is obviously the subclass balance. There's still a few of them that are a little too strong, and those are things like Stormtrance. In 6s, this thing is still capable of clearing a room. No other super can give you that freedom. Viking Funeral Firebolts. This is an issue. Now, I'm pro Firebolts. I don't think Firebolts themselves are broken. I think that addition, that spec, makes them breach that line of overpowered. Now, they get rid of that or they tweak that in some way, and I'll be content with that one. And they'll bring that down to where it should be. The other one, and this is a big one for me, is Night Stalker. And especially in the hands of a sweaty or extremely skilled player, this thing is ridiculous. It's got the evasiveness with Shade Step that no other class is offered. You can get out of extremely sticky situations that no other subclass in the game can even come close to doing. Unnatural movement abilities. And it is an extreme advantage with that feature alone. Not to mention, it's got a remarkable super capable of dropping 3 people with ease, and that wombo combo is so good. So, all they really need to do to get this game to where it needs to be, to make me honestly happy and would really love to play this every day, just have that urge to play it, is work on the subclass balance a little bit more to make it so that the mobility features and overpower things are out of the way, and of course work on the amounts of special ammo that are in the game. I am all for sniping. I love sniping. Maybe they create a game type where there is this much base ammo in the game. I mean, inside of Halo even, you've seen there's like team snipers and stuff like this. So having game types specifically with this large amount would still be a blast and people would play them. But I feel like for the base game, for the core mechanics in Crucible, there should not be this much special ammo out there for the public because they're simply just too strong. So my verdict, I've had a lot of fun the last few days. Obviously, I'm playing it 1 or 2 hours at a time because overexposure to this game is generally a no-no. It's just a matter of time until you run into an extremely laggy lobby that makes you pull your hair out. Yeah, now the hairline makes sense, guys. I honestly love this game, if I'm in the right lobbies. If I have those right lobbies where people are just using a variety of weapons and there's no crazy things going on, it's a lag-free experience, I can play this game for hours and hours on end because I love Crucible. But all it takes is 1 or 2 really bad lobbies and it can completely kill the mood for me. So, you know, I'm actually enjoying my experience with it and I've had a lot of fun with it. I like the variety, I like the loot drop changes, I like the progress that they've made. They've still got a good ways to go, but nonetheless, I applaud them on their attempts and it's definitely a lot better than I thought it would have been. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to subscribe, stay tuned sometime, and let me know what you guys think about the game. How do you think these changes have impacted your experience? Shut up, Phone Star!